From the Liberian Broadcasting System in Painesville, good morning and welcome to Lntv News Live. 30 minutes of news about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our world. Today is Wednesday, August 4, 2021. I'm Cecilia Glickly-Clark anchoring this morning edition, and these are the top stories we're following. Justice Ministry orders an autopsy on the remains of Aliu Sharif, whose death sparked protests in Monrovia Tuesday. More than 3,000 former Liberian refugees face possible eviction at the Bujumbura camp in Ghana. Liberian government signs agreement with Chinese friend Chico to pave the Fishtown-Kelepo Road corridor in Rivers County. And elsewhere in Africa, Senegalese man dresses like a girl to write exam for his girlfriend. All these stories, plus much more, all coming up. But first, let's take a short break to be right back. Thanks for rejoining us. Let's take our first story. President George Weah Tuesday instructed Internal Affairs Minister Vani Salif to liaise with the Liberian National Police in the investigation of circumstances that led to the recent death of a truck driver named Aliu Sharif. It followed protests by some family members of the deceased and citizens at the Liberia National Police headquarters in Monrovia demanding justice. Minister Salif spoke with Titi Jibo following a meeting with the police and family members of the deceased.
Met in a police conference room. We listened to them. Of course, it's about what is happening. Nobody's talking to them, which is wrong. We apologize for that. The agreement is that we set up a committee, and this committee going to be working. I'm going to be like a liaison now between the family people and the community people and that of the Liberia National Police, so as to speedily investigate the matter that might lead to, of course, or possibly lead to the culprit going to court. The president dispatched me, and then the respect they have for our president, they say, yes, they will go home, but we should speedily dispose of this matter. The police officer is currently behind bar. It is at the Central Police Headquarters. They even asked that if we can go and verify, but there's no need that they would lie. So the family member never opted for that. So this guy is behind bar pending investigation. The police are going to be speedily looking into this matter because it's within some investigative board that is set up at the police within their own jurisdiction there. So because now I'm going to be liaising with them to give the family speedily adjudication result on this particular issue or getting speedily disposed of this particular issue. I can assure the public that it ain't going no delay. It's not going to delay no longer. It has come to the attention of the father of the nation, the president, and he has asked me to work with the family and the police to speedily get disposed of it.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Justice has directed the conduct of an autopsy on the remains of Aliu Sharif, a commercial truck driver who met his untimely demise recently. The autopsy will establish the scientific cause of death and aid the investigation. It is expected to be conducted in the coming days. Aliu Sharif is said to have died after being beaten by a police officer recently in Gunnersville. His death sparked protests Tuesday by family members and sympathizers who felt the police is delaying in ensuring that justice is served. However, the Justice Ministry assured the deceased family, friends, and sympathizers of a speedy investigation aimed at ensuring that justice is served. The ministry urged all parties concerned to remain peaceful and calm as all efforts are being made to impartially investigate the facts and circumstances on the cause of the death. At the same time, a five-man team has been set up to investigate circumstances leading to the death of a truck driver in Ghannasville, which triggered protests at the police headquarters Tuesday. The protests drew the attention of President Weah, who designated two ministers to join the police in meeting with the protesters to remedy the situation. Following the meeting, police spokesman Moses Carter briefed the media and assured of impartial investigation.
We made them to understand that when one of our citizens' life is taken away, it concerns us, especially so given our statutory responsibility of protecting life and property. And so they were also spoken to by Minister Salif, Minister Tar, Sekou, and the rest of the heads of government delegation that came to join us, and they were assured that justice will be served. As a way of going forward with the investigation, a five-man team was constituted in the meeting, at the close of the meeting, and that five-man team will work with the police every step of the way in giving updates to the family and concerned persons as per the status of the investigation before the close of the investigation. They were assured that the investigation will be conducted impartially and that it will also be conducted speedily so that the aggrieved family and those persons who are mourning the death of Aliyu are given justice. And so I want to appreciate you, members of the press, and assure you, members of the press, that we remain very much committed in ensuring that no backup will commit an act, especially beyond his or her call of duty and go of impunity. Because when a backup is protected in any act, what it does is that it creates more backups. And this administration under the leadership of Patrick Sulu will not hesitate to take appropriate actions, administrative actions, in ensuring that any officer or officers that go beyond the call of duty face the full weight of the law.
The Liberian Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission says the situation of former Liberian refugees in Ghana has reached an emergency proportion. More than 3,000 former Liberian refugees residing on the decommissioned Bushburon camp in Ghana are reportedly facing eviction as the Ghanaian government is about to demolish the camp. In an Lntv interview Tuesday, LRRC Executive Director Reverend Festus Logan said the Liberian government has not been officially informed by its Ghanaian counterpart, but the Commission has set up plans to receive the former refugees if they are sent back to the country.
So when we fought our war, people left for it because there was persecution, people were being killed, so they went to other places for rescue. Okay, that condition does not exist since 2012. So there was the assessment done by the international community and declared cessation. And mind you now, over 40,000 of those persons returned to Liberia. There was this voluntary repatriation that took place, and many of them came back to Liberia. You understand me? And of course, some of them who thought that they would stay there for other reasons best known to them, some of them opted for local immigration to stay there. So the people that you see on that camp may be people who opted for local integration into that system. We don't know how far they've gone with the local integration process. It is the Ghanaian government have to tell us how far the local integration process gone on. Or there were people who returned, they came back and returned and stayed there. Or there were people who for one other reason decided to be there. No Liberian, the word over, is a refugee as a result of the 1989 war we fought here. No refugee, no Liberian is a refugee anywhere. Indeed, it is an emergency, and I think I want to call the attention of national actors that we need to put everything together. We want to go to the place. We don't want one morning we get up, we just seen our citizens in Ghana scatter all over the place, some of them walking to come, and something happened to them.
I'd like to welcome all of you. Some of you are familiar faces to the
For his
program, and some
part,
of you are
a
here for the
former
first time.
refugee,
Thank you all for coming.
Reverend Fetch's Sharp said Liberians in Ghana are willing to come back home.
Agencies in Liberia that they should see a name. In my communication, you can see even people who are writing me that the name emerges to bring up other buses or by air, whatever they think they can do. I should try to see to it that these things are put in place.
Are they ready to come home if they are provided the needed transportation to come home? You think they are ready to come home?
Better. In fact, from day one, it should not be even whether they are ready. There are people who are ready to come back.
Okay.
Whom is whom? There are people who are loyal to this our country. And you could imagine and the situation should it be. And that is why you see Salion are here. Avoidance are here. Why are they going through the due process and are being catered to? For us, Nigerians are in a refugee camp. Cameroonians are in a refugee camp. They should produce any criminal record in terms of the camp to the notice of our camp commandant when Liberians are being involved into like killing or into drugs. If it is a law exists in Ghana that if you are caught in drugs, you need deportation, they do that. So henceforth, no any communication. I was the executive director. He said no communication has been sent from the camp to say that Liberians are being involved into drugs and they are in prison or they have killed, they are in prison.
The assertion made by President George Weah of being a borrowed medicine is becoming a reality every day with evidence of the construction of more roads across the country. As part of said efforts, the government of Liberia Tuesday awarded a contract to the Chinese engineering company Chico to construct a 12-kilometer road from Fishtown to Calipo in Riverview County. Following the signing on behalf of the Liberian government, acting Public Works Minister Ruth Coker-Collins spoke with a team of reporters.
The person have instructed us to build 4 additional markets on which the project is really ongoing very well. We have 4 separate contractors to be finishing 4 additional buildings in the next 20 days. Somebody will say,
at the same Omega market?
Omega market within the confines of Omega. I'm talking about a market that is placed on 1 acre of land. Our people just need to give us some time. Somebody will say, oh, why you wouldn't have done this? No, we wouldn't know the space the people would like to occupy if they have not gone in there so we can measure their size.
So is it that there is not enough space, or is the thing is the people are refusing to go in the market?
Most of them are refusing to go. Like the beta bus seller, like the fake seller, you go to the section in the market, it's completely empty. They prefer to come out to sell their businesses on the street. We feel their frustration, and we just want to tell them that in as much as we all feel frustrated, we must put some regulation in place so that tomorrow it won't come back to us. What happened yesterday was that we were concerned about the drainage being clogged, because when you know the drainage when it's clogged, they wouldn't know what they have caused, and it was all because the drainages that we had, they was clogged. So if you check around the Omega market, there's no water because the drainages have been open. But what we observe at the front of the intersection there, the marketers have left from inside. I heard some of them saying that there's no space. There are enough and sufficient space for some of them, but they don't want to go in the market building. They don't want to go in the confine of the Omega. They want to come on the main road, which causing a lot of traffic for our people, for themselves. That's a huge traffic at the intersection.
Chico acting managing director Sue Towell, however, assured the government that his company will provide quality service to the Liberian people.
Under the support of the NBW or Liberian government, we faithful, and then we believe we can complete the project before the time.
So can the government of Liberia basically rely on your institution in making the project a success?
Yeah. We Chico have been in Liberia long,
We have a good cooperation with the Liberia government and Lntv. We surely believe this project will be a very successful project.
How well you're going to ensure that the road will be sustainable, because we have problems with that before.
The road, no matter quality or progress, as Chico always did, we will continue to give a quality road and a progress, timely road.
Well, viewers, if you just join us, it's a reminder you are watching Lntv News Live, and these are the top stories we're following. Justice Minister orders and a top say on the remains of Alil Sharif, whose death sparked protests in Monrovia Tuesday. More than 3,000 former Liberian refugees face possible eviction at the Bunuburan camp in Ghana. Liberian government signs agreement with Chinese company Chico to pave the Fishtown Kelapo corridor in Rivergy County. And elsewhere in Africa, Senegalese man dresses like a girl to write exam for his girlfriend. We take a short break to be right back. Thanks for rejoining us. Good news for marketers at the Womikat market, as the Public Works Ministry has spoken of plans to construct 4 additional markets in the area. It followed a mandate by the Liberian leader to accommodate more marketers waiting to be accommodated. The disclosure was made Tuesday by Acting Public Works Minister Ruth Coker Collins.
And I want to use this medium to actually say that whatever that is in this contract that we're about to sign is something that we all will be bound to. The fact that the inhabitant or the population in that section of the road, or in the section the road covered, is about 790,000 population. I think the people, they need it, they deserve it. And as we are starting to sign the contract today, I know that we're going to be starting right away. I know all concerned have been went.
The rapid spread of fake news and disinformation online can have profound consequences. It can undermine the democratic process and set a gullible society against leaders. It is against this backdrop, Presidential Press Secretary Solo Kebe immediately clarified a reported story alleging that President George Weah owns a ship or a yacht. ELBC Executive Mansion reporter Vafli Kamara has been reading through Press Secretary Solo Kebe clarification and now reports.
Story about President Weah owning a yacht was first published online in 2019 by the Global News Network. The online Global News Network is owned and operated by long-time journalist Choro Brooks. The image of the vessel, which Presidential Press Secretary Solo Kebe says is photoshopped, has been making rounds on social media recently. Mr. Kebe dismissed what the story alleges and maintained that the president does not own a ship or a yacht as alleged by the news site. The press secretary described the story as another diabolical attempt by detractors to spew false claims about the president. According to him, the publisher of the Global News Network has been asked to retract the story in keeping with the ethics of good journalism. Mr. Kebe hopes Chodo Brooks does what he is asked for, but it is unclear whether Mr. Brooks will retract the story. Meanwhile, the press secretary said despite the falsehoods, President Weah remains committed to the functions and duties of the presidency, which is also guaranteeing free press and free expression. Vafle Kamara, ELBC News.
Many thanks to Vafle Kamara for that report. An elderly woman, Seba Tolu, has accused one James Flomo for illegally possessing her line for the past years. In an Lntv interview recently, Seba Tolu called on government to swiftly intervene and find remedy in the situation.
If I do that, then you will say I'm carrying a complaint. You must say share common boundary, and you affected the road.
For analysis, you can't attend. I say they play for all. I say move. We now go to court. So me attire now. When you see my paper, get a whole bear. I carry say yesterday to Monday. So attire now. So I want them come help me. Yeah, let the president help me. Mama Labura, all of them, all those big people I want, let they can see, let they can talk for me. Me, I not get nothing, I tire now, I not going to no counselor. So let they please help me. Yeah, the men get imposed on my land, we get do, yeah, we get Sophie. We not cheat matter, we cheat matter, we tire now. We get there. I not tell him, I say move, he won't move.
Oh, because so, he blocking the waterway?
Yeah. He blocking the waterway, but I'm a play. So I want them to make and see. They are dying. Then they can't help me. All of them, I want them to help me with my people. Then they help me. Yeah, all those big people, you mostly, you wow, you imagine, and I try, I want them, all of them see in the tea, and then they can't help me. I try and then they help me. Me and my husband stay around in there. For me, I'm from President Tomota, we getting older. We just offer me and I want you ready. We just offer.
Well, when contacted, Mr. James Small denied owing the lady's land as being alleged.
Then I tell you all, you tell me you myself on that argument, then I go to government and say, well, so happy with that, I carry your complaint. This is why we see now looking at it. As you come, I'm happy to see you. As I'm telling you, you see the fact, you see it for yourself. When you go, you will say, oh, no, it's true that man, the thing they're talking about that man is not true. I say, saw the place. Or it's true, really it's true, that man be on the road. No, we need more help. But usually what we do here, we are here, the time where you see that store, there where I have my house. I was living there. Huh? Every year, the Fullers and some of us, most of the residents, people who get a resident here all over, then some of them never used to pay a cent. 5 cents to open the drink. The men will get our store and the full apple will all put together. We'll contribute, we'll call the boys, the young boys. The charge of sometimes will pay sometimes 60,000 LD or more than 60,000. We'll put that money together. They open the drink. They will serve us for the year. Every year that what we do here.
You are still continuing?
Eh?
You are still doing it?
No, you see the place how I open. They did it just now. Just last week I can say.
Let's now take our foreign development. A Senegalese university student is in trouble for disguising himself as a woman to set his girlfriend's school-leaving English paper. According to the BBC, images of student Kadin Bob dressed in women's clothes, including a red veil, have been shared widely on social media and news outlets in Senegal. Student Bob, 22, who was arrested over the weekend, said he was only acting out of love because his girlfriend was having difficulties in English. He was brought before the court on Monday on charges of identity theft and exam fraud alongside his girlfriend, who was accused of being complicit in the crimes. Well, viewers, on that note, this is how we come to an end of this morning edition of Lntv News Live. But before we go, a recap of the major stories we followed. Justice Ministry orders an autopsy on the remains of Aliyu Sheriff, whose death sparked protests in Monrovia Tuesday. More than 3,000 former Liberian refugees face possible eviction at the Bunuburan camp in Ghana. Liberian government signs agreement with Chinese firm Chico to pave the Fishtown-Kelapo Road corridor in Rivergy County. And elsewhere in Africa, Senegalese man dresses like a girl to write exam for his girlfriend. Many thanks to our entire production team for making this morning edition a success. Many thanks to Mobile Reeves and Abraham Taylor, who ably conducted this broadcast. Many thanks also to you for always following. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Cecilia Glickly Clark. I anger. Have a pleasant morning from Painesville and please keep safe.